Beautiful downtown San Antonio, man. I love San Antonio. I think San Antonio is the best city in all of Texas. And I'll tell you why. Because I like to think of all the major cities in Texas as like a group of brothers. And I feel like San Antonio is like the middle brother, the one that always helps mom out with the other knuckleheads, right? Like Houston's always in jail. Dallas is a male stripper. Austin is like our little brother that we now have to call our little sister. El Paso's like that one brother that has a different dad than the rest of them. In the case of little El Paso, Texas, New Mexico, you are the father. Texas is like, I told you, Maury, look at him. El Paso looks just like New Mexico. It's good to be here, man. Drinking tonight. You guys drinking tonight? Fuck yeah, dude. Let's do it, dude. I love drinking, man, but I'm also 40 now, so there's always something there to remind me that I can't be drinking like I used to. Like, you ever go to the doctor, and the doctor asks you how many drinks you have per week? I fucking hate that shit, man. I always end up feeling like I'm the doctor's girlfriend, and he just asks me how many sexual partners I've had. I'm just like, I don't want to say because you're going to get mad. And the doctor's like, I'm not going to get mad. You can tell me. And then I tell him the number. He's like, what the fuck? Then later that night, I'm like, damn, he got pissed. And I didn't even tell him the real number. Better keep that shit to myself from now on. I don't like Ubering to the bar. I think that's irresponsible. Ubering from the bar, that's responsible. Ubering to the bar, that's making a statement. And that statement is, I'm getting fucked up tonight. I don't know about you guys, but I've never been in the back of an Uber and thought, I better take it easy tonight. Fuck no. Dude, if I want to pay somebody $30 to drive me home, I don't want to take an Uber. I want to get put into one. The way God intended. You ever put a drunk friend into an Uber? As you're also fucked up? That's just like a Medal of Honor scene. It's, we gotta get out of here! Just leave me here! I can't, I promised your wife. I do feel like I'm a good drinking buddy, though. Like, I feel like I'm a good friend to drink with. Maybe too good of a friend sometimes. Like, for example, like if you and I go to the bar and we get fucked up, if I see you trying to drive home, I'm like, don't do it, bro. You should order a ride. But this is how good of a friend I am. If I say, don't do it, bro, you should order a ride, and you go, I'm fine, I got this. Then I'll be like, man, that's what the fuck I'm talking about, bro. Yeah, shit, man. That's why you're my boy, dude. Because you do what the fuck you say you're gonna do. I mean, he's gonna do it anyway. I might as well pump him full of self-confidence. Maybe he'll make it home in one piece. I don't know how well you guys keep up with the news, but did you guys hear this one story? There was this woman in California who stabbed her boyfriend 100 times, got convicted of his murder, and then got sentenced to, get this, 2 years probation. Yeah. They said the reason she got such a light sentence was because she was high at the time and under a marijuana-induced psychosis, so she couldn't be held fully responsible. Fuck. Dude, I feel bad for that dude's family, man, because I know if that had happened to me, my mom would be waiting outside this chick's house, just ripping a bong in the bushes like, two can play this game, ho. About to give you a marijuana-induced ass whooping. And talk about bad luck for that dude, man. I mean, to hook up with the one pothead that actually remembers why she walked into the kitchen. Because I think that's how it happened. I think she walked into the kitchen stoned out of her skull, and she was like, what the fuck did I come in here for? Then she heard his voice from the living room. She was like, a knife. So I can stab this fucking idiot. I do like smoking weed, man. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I just hope the economy gets better, man. I'm tired of waiting for my dealer to get off of work. That's how you know the economy's bad. When your dealer's side hustle is a real job. What kind of fucking country are we becoming, man? I was born in Mexico. Yeah, dude. I was brought here when I was 7. I'm 40 now. Which means that even though Spanish is my first language, English is my primary language. Meaning I think in English, right? Like if I lose something in the house, the voice in my head is like, man, where the fuck is my stuff at? Right? Because if it was in Spanish, it'd be different. If it was in Spanish, it'd be like, ¿Dónde está mi fentanyl? Mi fentanyl? I think in English, but I get startled in Spanish. Like if I see a rat go by, I'm like, oh, hijo de su pinche madre. Go. That rat scared the Mexican out of me. Or into me. I don't know how to. I had to learn English. It's like Spanish with marbles in your mouth, I guess. That's what you guys sounded like to me. Sure. You know what my real first world assignment was? I had to translate an argument fight between my mom and the neighbor lady. Right? And mind you, I had just learned English like the week before. But now I gotta translate, bitch, that man ain't even the father of your children. And believe it or not, that was actually the easy part. Like the hard part was translating what the lady was saying to my mom. Cause now I gotta look at my mom in the eyes and tell her to fix her raggedy ass hair. I was like, are you sure? She'll fuck you up, dude. Trust me. This lady will fucking kill you. You guys want to hear a story about growing up in Mexico? Yeah, this is a story about learning lessons in life. This is the first lesson I learned in life, right? I was living in Mexico. It was like first grade. I was like 6 years old. And for some reason, one day, all the boys in class decided that they were going to make me fight the malito kid in class. Now, for those of you that don't speak Spanish, the word malito roughly translates to little afflicted one. Now, you have to understand, back in the 80s in Mexico, people didn't really know the different types of learning disabilities. So the word malito was kind of a catch-all, you know? It was a way of saying, look, he has something. We just don't know what it is. The point is, don't throw the ball at his face because he's not going to catch it. Right? Now, I feel it's very important for me to say at this moment that I am a victim in this story, too. Because the reason they wanted me to fight the malito kid is because they thought I was malito, too. Because when I was a kid, I didn't really talk a lot, you know? To the point where they thought, oh, he's been touched by the angels. You know? It's not true at all. Just what happened was one day I'm in recess, right? This kid comes up to me and he goes, hey, I heard you're going to fight Hector, the malito kid. And I go, nah, man, I'm not going to fight Hector. He's malito. And the kid goes, so you're malito too? I'm like, what the fuck? Here's the crazy part. I didn't even try to deny it. I was like, yeah, but we're not the same height. You're like, doesn't matter, you're the same width. I was like, fuck. It's airtight logic, man. And then I look around and I notice that now we're surrounded by a circle of kids. And then the circle opens up and I see Hector. And he's like inching his way towards me. Right? And he had this look like, not evil, but definitely like want to squeeze a puppy too tight. You know, like, hell, like, Hector, I don't know what people have been saying, man. And as soon as I say that, I just hear somebody go, hit him, Hector! Dude, Hector starts fuming. He's like, and then he lets out this weird noise. And he lunges at me and slaps the shit out of me. Pow! Right in the fucking forehead. Right? Luckily, my bowl cut absorbed most of the impact. But now I'm fuming, right? And look, I don't want this to sound messed up or crazy, but I beat the shit out of this fucking malito. I fucking put it on him, dude. But then next thing you know, I come to my senses. He's on the floor crying, but I'm so full of adrenaline, I just turn to the other kids and I give them a look like, are you not entertained? And then I just hear somebody go, he's not retarded. And they all beat the shit out of me. Sometimes you're going to be a victim of your own success. That's the lesson I learned that day. You guys ever wonder if you're a bad person? I do all the time. But not in a bitch way, like, am I a bad person? Nah, man, I'm scientific about that shit. I take the things that I say, I mix it with the things that I do, I study it. I think I'm an asshole. Like, here's something I never understood. I don't understand why it's okay for homeless people to be completely honest with you, but not the other way around. Like, I was living in New York, this homeless guy comes up to me, young dude, like younger than me, and he goes, hey man, you got any money? I'm not gonna lie to you, I just want a beer. I said, well, I'm not gonna lie to you, I have money. And I just kept walking. I mean, as long as we're being honest with each other, what the fuck? Or like kids, dude, I cannot get myself to give a fuck about children that are not related to me. Like, I can't give a shit. I'm the opposite of a pedophile. I think they're gross. Like, if I'm walking by the park and I see a kid looking at me, I'm like, in your dreams, fuckface. You think you're gonna have all this? Fuck out of here with that shit. I don't know. Maybe I'm just the way I am because I grew up very religious, Like hardcore, like Pentecostal Christian. Like the kind where you speak in tongues, right? Where you'll be praying, right? And then the Holy Spirit hits you and you're like, yabba dabba doo. Dude, our pastor used to scare the fuck out of us, dude. He'd be like, if you don't feel the Holy Spirit right now, it's because the devil's working in your life. Dude, I would start panicking. I'd be like, Peter Piper peppers. Just so people wouldn't think I'm with the devil and shit. You guys know who Kyle Rittenhouse is? Is that white kid that shot those people at that Black Lives Matter thing? I don't know what this says about me, but when I first heard about it, I was like, fuck that kid. He's a racist piece of shit. We need to lock him up, throw away the fucking key. And then I found out he actually shot two white guys, and I was like, oh, what the fuck were they doing? Hitting him in the head with a skateboard? That's got to be the whitest way to get killed. Next to bothering wild animals. I mean, a white guy shoots and kills another white guy at a Black Lives Matter protest. I mean, if that's not funny, that's at least crazy, right? That's like me getting shot by another Mexican at a Taylor Swift concert. Just in terms of what the fuck were we doing there in the first place? I don't like talking about politics, man, but I do like talking shit about politicians in general. Yeah, fuck those guys, man. First of all, I think being a politician should be a minimum wage job. And not only that, but they should have to wear uniforms. And I'm not talking the kind of uniforms where you're like, wow, you look sharp. No, I'm talking about let me speak to your manager fucking uniform. Fucking khakis, plastic name tag. They should have to wear a headset. And the Capitol building should have, for lack of a better term, a January 6th drive-through. You know, somewhere where you could legally go up to the Capitol and protest into an intercom. And be like, yeah, let me get you to stop charging me rent on a house that I already own. Or as you call it, property taxes. Yeah, you guys want health care? Let me get 3 health cares. Hold the communism. All right, sir, please drive up to the first window and go fuck yourself. All right, thank you. I do think we have to do something about gun violence, right? That's just getting out of hand. But I don't know if putting stipulations on gun ownership is going to help. Because people are going to want guns no matter what, right? Like you could pass a law that says, all right, from now on, you got to suck a dick for every gun that you buy. People are still going to be armed to the teeth. They might not be as proud to show you their gun collection, but they'll have them. Or who knows, maybe they'll be like, that's my rifle, that's my shotgun, that's my Glock. You don't want to know what I had to do to get the bazooka. Domestic violence, friend or foe? Guys, just because you don't hit women doesn't mean you're a good man. I learned that on Twitter. Yeah, I was following this thread that was talking about what makes a man a good man, right? And this guy thought it'd be a good idea to post the list that makes him a good man. And he was like, I do this, I don't do that, blah, blah, blah. And then he punctuated everything with, and I don't hit women. And immediately this chick jumped on him in the comments. He was like, oh, you don't hit women? Thanks a lot, asshole. Thank you for not beating the shit out of women just because you can. She goes, why would you list not hitting women as an attribute of yours? That should be a given. And when I read that, I was like, oh my God, this goofy bitch is right. Because it made me think about it from a guy's perspective, you know? Like, can you imagine being on a date and you ask a chick with one of your attributes and she's like, well, for one, I won't take a shit in the middle of your rug. I was kind of hoping that'd be a given, but this is an accomplishment for you, huh? That's bananas. So whose cocaine do you think it was in the White House? You know, they found cocaine in the White House, right? And the Secret Service was like, all right, everybody calm the fuck down. We're going to get to the bottom of this. And then 2 weeks later, somebody was like, hey, did you guys ever find out whose cocaine that was? And they were like, I'm sorry, the what? Oh, yeah, right. Nah, man, we didn't find shit. Which is crazy, right? Dude, they found Bin Laden inside a donkey's asshole in Pakistan. But they couldn't find out who was having a great time at the White House? I just feel bad for whoever's cocaine that was. Because as a former drug taker myself, I know what that's like. I know what it's like to be on the drive home patting your pockets and be like, fuck! Dude, I left my shit in the White House! Fuck! I mean, obviously, I've never left cocaine in the White House, but I did have to go back to the hospital one time and be like, hey, Grandma, did I leave like a little baggie of baking powder? I like to make cookies one at a time. That was my wrong. You guys ever done cocaine? Don't do it unless you want to have a good time. I don't do it anymore, but when I was in my 20s, I was fucking, let's do this motherfucker. Right? One time I was doing coke with this friend of mine, right? And we're getting all fucking wired up. And he goes like, dude, isn't it crazy how cocaine is illegal, but Adderall isn't? I was like, no, I think they got that one right. I mean, what does Adderall do to you? Adderall makes you want to clean shit. It makes you productive. Cocaine makes you talk about being productive. Like if you walk into an office on Adderall, you're going to want to clean it. You walk in on cocaine, you're going to talk about your friends about starting a law firm. But here's what cocaine will do to you, man. Cocaine will make you ignore all the immediate obstacles in front of you, and it'll make you focus on the tiny details in the future. Like you don't ask sensible questions like, how long does it take to get a law degree? Do they even accept GEDs? Yeah, dude. When you're on coke, you're like, no, I know you need a law degree. I'm just saying, my cousin works at Best Buy. I can get those dope-ass printers. Everybody's like, yeah. I was reading this article that was talking about sex, right? And they're talking about couples that have a girlfriend. You guys know about that? It's couples, right? Man and a woman that have a girlfriend for the two of them. I don't have a joke. I just want to bring awareness. I feel like not enough people know that that's okay. I actually had a friend ask me if I would ever consider having another woman in the bedroom. I was like, nah, dude, I don't think I got threesome dick. That's a different type of powerful dick. The kind where you can get all fancy and be like, some for you, some for you. I don't have that. I got vaccine dick. This is come back later for your second one. Much later. No, the bedroom is sacred for a couple. That's why I would never bring another woman in there. I believe the bedroom is sacred for couples. That's why I believe the bedroom is the only place where you should be allowed to use racial slurs. Dude, I was born in Mexico. If my girl ever told me that in order to get off, she had to call me a wetback, who am I to deny her femininity? I mean, I wouldn't want her to be mean about it and be like, fuck me, you stupid wetback. Hey, dude. I mean, I wouldn't stop, but I'd probably bring it up at breakfast. Now, yo, what the fuck was that wetback shit about? I mean, I know you're having fun, but what the fuck? Guys, I don't know what that feeling is that makes a woman go, yeah, go ahead, put it in my butt. But I imagine it's a lot like the feeling that I get when my wife asks me if I want to go shopping, and I go, yeah, sure, I'll go with you. How painful can it be? I might even like it. No, you got to compromise in a relationship, man. Even during sex. Because not everybody likes the same stuff. Like my wife doesn't like choking, I found out. So I don't choke her. I just pinch her nose shut so she can't. Does the same thing. It makes it hard to breathe. But I don't know, I guess I'm just a romantic. I will say this, though. Like, I don't really care for Valentine's Day. I think Valentine's Day is goofy as fuck, man. I think Halloween is a way better holiday for couples. I mean, what do you do on Valentine's Day? You go out, have some drinks, have some food, go home with a belly full of wine and spaghetti, so why not swish that around the bedroom for a while? Maybe your lady will put on that sexy nightgown. You know the one, that see-through one? The one where you can see her nipples and her C-section scar? That's Valentine's Day. Halloween, though, your girl could end up sucking your dick dressed as Baby Yoda. And if she's cool, she'll play along and be like, grower, not a shower, you are. Blah. Fucking love Halloween, man. It's the shit. I love Halloween, man. You know what the best part about Halloween is for me? Halloween costume parties. You know why? Because that's when you finally get to see what fictional characters would look like if they had the same flaws as your friends. That's when you finally get to see what superheroes would look like if they had diabetes or a drinking problem. You get to the party, you're like, yeah, that is what 5'3" Batman would look like. Throwing up behind a Honda Civic. Yeah, that is what the Little Mermaid would look like if she had Hector tattooed on her left titty. That is her right there. Hey, guys, I got to get out of here, man. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good one. Take it easy.